Hey traders, if you don't already know, my name is Karl Domm, and I've been trading for over 30 years. But if you'd met me in the first 20, you might have thought I was just another guy trying to get lucky. Because, like most people, I went through the entire cycle. I tried fundamental analysis, I tried technical analysis, I tried buying options for leverage, and I even got seduced by the illusion of selling premium without a hedge. And I almost lost everything. When I was 19, my mom bought me a few shares of Reebok. And that's when the stock market bug hit me. In my 20s, I got serious and I had some savings and a college degree in business. And I thought I could outsmart the market with good research. So I'd watch CNBC, read earnings reports, analyze PE ratios. And then I'd place a trade and boom, lose money. And I thought I must have missed something. So I dig deeper into fundamentals and lose again. Eventually, I gave up, not because I lost interest, but because I was losing money. A few years later, online trading platforms were gaining traction, and now everywhere I turned, people were raving about technical analysis, chart patterns, indicators, breakouts, candlesticks. It looked promising. And I thought, okay, maybe the charts know more than the balance sheets. So I studied the RSI, the MACD, the Bollinger Bands, and started placing trades based on setups. Sometimes it worked, most times it didn't. And when I back tested these strategies later on, I realized they weren't consistent. Not for me, anyways, not over time. Then I found options, and it felt like a shortcut to everything I wanted with leverage, quick gains, passive profits. I thought if I can't win slow, I'll win fast. So I went long calls and puts on earnings plays like lotto tickets, and I figured out I just need to win 50% of the time, like with stocks, but with bigger upside because of the leverage. But that illusion broke really quickly. What I didn't understand then was that buying options is a low probability game. And even when I was right about the direction, the timing was wrong or the strike was too far away. And I kept losing trade after trade, not because I wasn't smart, but because the math was stacked against me. And eventually I realized it wasn't a trading system, it was a gambling habit disguised as a strategy. And just like that, the account would go to zero again. By this time, I was in my 30s. I had a wife, a son, and triplet daughters, and I was working as a regional manager at a water treatment company. And from the outside, it looked like I had it all together. But inside, I felt behind financially, emotionally, like I was stuck on a treadmill. I had a nice house, new cars, but I was just getting by. Every time I got a little extra money, I'd try to trade and blow it out. I did this 5 separate times before 2008, and then came the sixth time, the one that nearly broke me. After flipping some real estate, I finally had $60,000 in my trading account. I was around 40 years old, and I thought, this is my shot. This is my time. It'll work. And then came September 29th, 2008. The Dow dropped 777 points, and I was in my home office when my cell phone rang. It was TD Ameritrade, and I stepped into the garage for quiet. The man on the line said, this is a margin call, and you need to deposit $125,000 immediately. My heart dropped. I couldn't breathe. I said, that account had $60,000 in it. And he said, now it's negative. What's your plan? I had no plan. I told him to just close it all out. I felt a wave of pressure flood through my body and it didn't leave. That moment triggered my asthma, which hadn't shown up since I was 7 years old. And for the next 4 years, I carried an inhaler everywhere I went. That was when I hit rock bottom, but it was also the moment I decided never again. I started asking better questions, not how do I win fast, but how do I build something that doesn't blow up? And that's when I realized something critical. Selling option premium is better than buying it, but selling premium is also dangerous if you're not properly hedged. So I dove back into learning. For real this time, I read, I backtested, I studied trade structures inside and out, spreads, butterflies, iron condors. I could build them in my sleep. But more importantly, I tested them and I saw where they failed. I began to see the game differently. I made one rule for myself: I would never risk real money without a statistical edge and a built in hedge. By 2017, I had evaluated around 10 to 15 trading educators and courses. Most of them were selling hype, not edge. None of them showed real P&L, and so I started calling them out respectfully, asking for proof. But there was nothing, just silence. So I started sharing my P&L. I started reviewing strategies honestly, and finally, I started building systems that actually worked. And I'm not here to sell a fantasy. I'm here to share the truth about what it really takes to trade profitably without blowing up your account. And by the way, if you are where I was trying to make trading work without blowing up, I put together a full course on one of my safest strategies. It's called the Safe Wheel, and it's a rules based, fully hedged, and only takes 15 minutes a week to manage. And here's the thing, it's actively outperforming the S&P in 2025, and I'm giving it away for free, but only for a limited time. So just to help people get started on the right track. I'm doing it to help people get started the right way. If that sounds helpful, you'll find the link below.